Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the BTCC and Support Championship on Project Cars 2. It's our own version, and we are at Donington Park National. First race in the Ginetta Juniors. Bidzster's on pole from Neil and Stevie, and we're off. Oh, good start by James Deluxe in the red car. As we come down, we've got Team Red now, which is James Deluxe and Cyrex, who's joined us. He's at the back of the grid. So as we come down towards Redgate, Bidzster's in the lead. Stevie's on the inside of James Deluxe through Redgate. As we look at near the back of the pack, a few people in the grass. We've got a yellow car on the grass in the background. That's Blakeney going backwards, I think. As we go down the hill, we're looking at Keith, who's got TY behind him. Everyone else through the old hairpin cleanly as Callum goes wide onto the grass. Got to be careful not to lose the back end as we go through there. And he's going to be joined right next to TY, and they're almost contact there. As we look at Neil and Bidzster up front, when the camera gets to us, there we go. Bidzster and Neil go through McLean's and all through there neatly. As we watch TY there. Why the cameras are so zoomed in, I don't know. Keith defends slightly as they go up towards Coppy. He's got Team Yellow close to each other. Blakeney and Callum close to each other in the background as well. The top four are quite ahead now. As we look at Keith, TY and Blakeney. TY having to defend from Blakeney. Blakeney's coming down towards the chicane. He's trying to go around the outside, but I don't think that's going to work. No, TY just comes ahead on the brakes. There he goes. Just goes slightly ahead on the brakes. Callum's closing up on his teammate now. And he's trying to go around the outside of his teammate in the background as the camera loses track of him again. As we've got Cyrex coming in and we've got Azdar Blade coming into the pits. That must be for a jump start. So Azdar Blade comes into the pits to serve his drive-through. As we go down towards Redgate, we've got Cyrex on the inside of Blakeney, and then obviously he's going to try and have a go at Callum as well, as Blakeney runs wide out of Redgate, and I think Cyrex has got Callum as well. We'll have a little look here. Cyrex and Callum side by side as we go down towards the old hairpin, down the Craner curve, still side by side. Good stuff here as Cyrex just gets ahead into the old hairpin. Callum runs wide and his teammate's going to come up to him. The cameras have gone funny again, and Blakeney goes through. Callum running wide at the old hairpin again, so not enjoying that corner at all. As you look at Bidzster in the lead then, Neil right behind him, Stevie in third place, followed closely by James Deluxe. So there goes Bidzster through Coppis. He's still ahead of Neil by some way there, but look, Stevie and James Deluxe are quite close together in the background also. So that'll be worth a look. As we go down towards the chicane, will James Deluxe have a go at Stevie into the chicane? He's moving out, just having a little sniff, maybe just trying to put the pressure on, get Stevie to look in his mirrors. As we go through the chicane, everyone through there neatly there, and round on another lap. 10-lap race this. As we go into the chicane, it's TY and Cyrex now. Cyrex really on a roll here, so he's passed the two Team Yellow cars, and now he's setting himself up for TY. Good stuff here from Cyrex. Couldn't make the first round, but he's here for the second one, and he's part of Team Red now. So James Deluxe not on his own now, he's got a teammate. So Team Red into the mix. Oh, Cyrex got a good run there, but TY's just sat on the line, no way through. As Bidzster and Neil now are very close together, only a tenth between them two. As into the old hairpin they go. Bidzster's home track this, as Neil closes up behind. Neil's home track was the Brands Hatch circuit, but actually, no, I don't think it is Brands Hatch. Actually, sorry, I just got that bit of information wrong. But Bidzster goes through. Neil still close behind him, not letting up at all. As we go into Coppis, good lines there by both. As we look at TY and Cyrex still close together. TY him to defend into Coppis now, but that's going to not be good for a run out. Cyrex could do a cutback here and try and get up the inside, but oh, TY tries to come across and to block it, but Cyrex is already up the inside. TY could not get across in time. Cyrex is now alongside him, coming down towards the chicane, and he should be able to outbrake TY into here, but again, TY very good on the brakes, as I see there. Look, he brakes late to try to go on the outside, but no, there's no way through there. Has to slot in behind over the curbs. Oh, twitch, and that's going to lose him some time. One thing in these Ginetta Juniors, you don't want to over-abuse the curbs too much, because you will lose speed, and because these cars aren't very fast in a straight line anyway. Oh, Neil's lost it! Neil's lost it in second place. He's down to fourth. He's gone right round. Oh no, and the camera can't even pick him up because the cameras on this game are stupid. But yeah, Neil goes all the way down to 4th, moves out the way of Keith, who's coming down. So Team Blue's teammate, Bidzster's teammate, takes 4th place. Neil down to 5th. I don't know what happened there. We'll get a replay. Okay, here's a replay on board with Stevie for what happened to Neil on lap 4. So coming through Redgate, then you see watch Neil's car goes onto the grass and just loses it, and then right in front of us, close stuff. So as we come back from that replay then, TY and Cyrex still battling it out. TY is ahead of Cyrex again. So TY's got past Cyrex into the old hairpin. Callum's closing up now, so this could be a nice 3-way scrap that's coming up. As we come up towards McLean's, Cyrex having a look, side by side with TY as we come into McLean's. TY's got the inside, Cyrex going to try and go around the outside. Callum waiting in the wings for anything to happen. Cyrex carrying the speed around the outside, and he's not going to get... Oh, he's already ahead. Brilliant stuff. Cyrex is already ahead, got a really good run through McLean's and just used the speed of the car, but he goes a bit wide out of Coppice. But again, not always a bad thing, because you can just carry the speed around the outside and still keep the position. So good job there by Cyrex. TY in the draft now, not that you get much draft from these cars because the top end's probably about 110 mile an hour. It's not very fast, but still very easy to control cars, and they're good cars that you can push hard almost all the races. TY makes a mistake and Callum runs into the back of him. Callum couldn't do anything there to avoid him, so I don't know why Callum was waiting, because he couldn't really avoid TY there. TY just made his own mistake, but Callum's going to wait and be a good sportsman, so well done to Callum. But we'll get a replay on that anyway. Okay, here's a replay into the chicane of what happened between Callum and TY. So you see TY goes through the chicane, puts power onto it, he goes wide, gets a twitch, and then couldn't do anything there, and Callum was right behind him as TY was slowing up, and Callum could not do anything there to avoid TY. So, but Callum sportsmanly waits for TY, as he thought, as he thought at the time it was his fault. But TY just made his own mistake, and Callum couldn't do anything. So as we come back from that, Callum lets TY go through, even though I don't really think it was Callum's fault. TY just made a mistake, and Callum was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But Callum being a gentleman as always, so good job by Callum there. As we look at the 4th place battle now, Keith in 4th, Neil after that mistake in 5th place. So Neil and Keith coming up to battle each other. They're the 2 oldies of the group. Well, not necessarily oldies, they're not old guys, they're just a bit older than the rest of us. But they're very good racers, very gentlemanly, very fair. As they come up towards Coppice, Keith runs a little bit wide there, but so does Neil. But Neil's got a good run here. Keith's going to have to try and think about defending down into the chicane, because Neil's going to have a good run here. He might be able to get in alongside, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to actually. So Keith with quite a decent run as Neil goes for the inside, but Keith says no you don't, sunshine, you can't get around that easy. As he goes a little wide out the chicane, but no harm done there. As now Bidzster must have made a little error somewhere, because James Deluxe is right on his tail now. So James Deluxe doing well here. So after Neil's demise, it's James Deluxe who's pressuring Bidzster for the lead now. But James Deluxe hasn't battled Bidzster very much, but we all know Bidzster's very good at the old defending, and he takes a lot to pressurise him. But again, we don't know what James Deluxe took like too much in the battle really, because we've not seen him too much. So this should be a good battle to watch as they go towards McLean's. Bidzster just sitting on the line for now, not having to defend too much, just sits on the line. James Deluxe having a little look now, Bidzster's having to defend into McLean's. Deluxe right behind him. Into Coppice. Through Coppice, James Deluxe a little bit more of a shortcut line there, but still no harm done as we go onto the straight. Still the same gap. So we'll just have a quick look back at some other battles happening here. So Neil Farmack is in. Oh, Neil's got through into 4th. Keith's gone back to 5th, and now he's got Cyrex all over the back of him now. So Cyrex closing back up. As we come down towards the chicane, Cyrex behind Keith there. Will he have a little go into the chicane, or will he have to wait another lap? He's going to have to wait another lap. Keith goes into the chicane. Good line there from Keith. Runs a bit wide though. Runs a bit wide, and that could be Cyrex's opening. Cyrex could get... Oh, Stevie's made a mistake as well. Stevie's gone back. Stevie's gone down as well. Stevie's lost it somewhere, so it wasn't around anyone, I don't think. I think that just must have been a mistake on his own. But he's side by side with SHAREx now into Redgate. He's on the outside. He's running wide. He's almost takes out another advertisement. And Stevie goes back down to 6th place. So we'll get a replay on what happened to Stevie there. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Stevie on lap 6. So he goes into the chicane. Misses the first apex, hits the sausage curb, then runs wide, puts the power on the grass, and then loses control of the car, cannot regain it, hits the wall in a really funny angle, and then almost reverses into the pit lane, then spins the car around, and then as he's getting going, obviously, that's where we rejoined the picture, and we saw Neil pass him, and then Keith and SHAREx got passed as well. So as you come back from that, down the crane of curves, Keith is still ahead of SHAREx. Into the old hairpin. SHAREx with a much faster line through there. Keith is probably going to get past here, but he's got to try and do something. SHAREx has put himself onto the outside for Schwantz, but then the inside for McLean's, which they're at now. Into McLean's we go. Stevie's going to try and follow him through as well. So good opportunistic driving there by Stevie. Stevie just goes straight through. Keith goes down 2 places in 1 corner. So Stevie goes through into 5th place. So good opportunistic driving there by Stevie, and then he's going to try and follow SHAREx now. I would imagine he'll try and follow SHAREx to try and catch up to Neil as Bidzster goes through with James Deluxe still on his tail, but still can't find a way through yet. So Bidzster still doing well in the lead. James Deluxe in 2nd place there. So good showing by James Deluxe here. He's really showing himself to be a good contender for this championship. A few more finishes like this and he'll be up in the top 5. As we go down the crane of curves into the old hairpin. Bidzster sliding the car in true Bidzster fashion. James Deluxe still on his tail, so no change there then. As we look at Stevie and SHAREx, who are close together as well. Close stuff this into the old hairpin. SHAREx is still ahead. Oh, SHAREx a bit wide though. Stevie's going to get a good run here. Stevie's going to get a good run. He's going to be alongside as they go up towards Schwantz and McLean's. SHAREx in the red car on the right hand side of your picture there. Stevie goes around the outside now, the inside for McLean's. Clean move. Got to just get the car into the apex, which he does. SHAREx closes up though, so Stevie's going to have to defend into Coppice, which is going to compromise his exit. And he's got to watch that curb on the inside as well, because that can bite you as well, as he does there, a little slide. And SHAREx carrying the speed around the outside, but still no way through. Stevie's covering off. Steve almost NASCAR bump drafting here. As SHAREx goes to the outside, Stevie's saying, no you don't, sunshine. Just defends the line into the corner and stays in 4th place. A good job there by both with a decent run out of the corner. I think SHAREx slightly better there as they come out of there down towards Redgate across the line. Will SHAREx have a lunge into the first corner, or will Stevie just stay there and defend? SHAREx just staying. SHAREx, he's not going to try and go around the outside, surely. There's no way through around the outside. Stevie says no you don't, just pushes him to the edge of the track. No way through there. Stevie, one of the more aggressive drivers in the group, but still it's aggressive but fair. As we go down towards the old hairpin, SHAREx still looking for a way through, still no way through, just popping his nose into the mirror of Stevie, just to make Stevie watch his mirrors, just to keep him on his toes as they come towards Schwantz curve, which is this little left bend here. There they go. And then McLean's, which is this right corner. I think James Deluxe in the lead's made a mistake. James Deluxe, sorry, in 2nd place has made a mistake. He's 2.5 seconds off of Bidzster now. So Bidzster has got a bit more free air now as we look at, still looking at Stevie and SHAREx going through. Good job here by these two as they come down the straight. No change there still. So there's the gap between Bidzster and James Deluxe. So James Deluxe, a big mistake somewhere, and 3 seconds off the leader now rather than 4/10. As we look at Stevie and SHAREx again into the chicane. No change there. Stevie's still ahead. SHAREx with a decent run, but I don't think it's going to be decent enough to make a move. Again, you can't really get much draft in these cars either. But Stevie's still staying on the defensive line. But now he moves across, braking just at the side of the pit lane into Redgate. Sarek still can't find a way through as we're on the last lap of the race now. So last lap of this race. Still a good battle between Sarek and Stevie. We've got a car off. Who's that? There's a car off there. That's Neil. Neil's gone off. And they both had to go around him. So I don't know what happened to Neil there. We'll get a replay. Okay, here's a look at what happened to Neil at the first corner on the last lap. So into the corner we go. Gets the power on. He's running wide again. He's on the grass. It's a carbon copy of what he did before. He's on the grass. He's lost it completely. But watch for when he rejoins. We've got Stevie coming up and Sarek, and they both go one side or the other. Close stuff. So as you come back, we're still looking at Stevie and Sarek after they've just tried to avoid Neil rejoining. So Stevie and Sarek then into Schwantz McLean's for the last time. Who's going to get this podium? Will it be Stevie or Sarek? Sarek goes to the outside to try and carry the speed round. Stevie defends. No way through there. As we look at Bidzster coming down towards the chicane. More or less being in control of this race from start to finish. Good job from Bidzster. A little bit of a twitch at that last chicane, but nothing to worry about. As he comes to the line, flashes lights, weaves from left to right. Bidzster wins the Ginetta Junior race at Donington Park. Well done to Bidzster. James Deluxe a very good second, making himself a good competitor for this championship as Stevie comes down to the chicane. Oh, he's a bit too hot into the chicane. He's a bit too hot. Where's Sarek? Sarek will be around here somewhere. Oh, he's gone further back, so Sarek must have made a mistake as well, unless there was contact. But it's going to be just Neil from Sarek on the line. Neil just nicks it from Sarek. We'll get a replay on what happened there. Okay, here's a replay on board with Sarek coming down towards the last chicane to see what happened between him and Stevie. So coming down towards the chicane we go. We're almost side by side. Stevie's defending the inside onto the brakes. We're both very late onto the brakes. Stevie puts the pressure on Sarek, and Sarek has to go over the curbs. But Stevie had every right to do that while defending. And then we'll watch for the side here. Neil's going to come up alongside. There he goes, and just pips us on the line. Boom, there we go. Neil just takes fourth on the line. Now let's take a look at that from the outside. So into the chicane, Stevie just missed his braking point a bit, probably a bit on purpose as well. Sarek goes over the curb and loses a load of speed, and then Neil comes up and just about pips him on the line. But Stevie had every right to do that, really defending, but they were a little bit naughty, but oh well. So there's Keith in 6th place, and then it's going to be Arzadar, followed by Callum in 7th and 8th positions. Then it's going to be TY in 9th, with Blakeney rounding off the 10 in 10th position. So that was the race at Donington Park for the Ginetta Juniors, and there's your winner in the blue car there. Bidzster wins for Team Blue. So we'll see you guys for the Clio race. Take care.